Give me a correct answer, you get 1 gold nugget. Give me an incorrect answer, you're doing 10 push-ups right here in front of all of these people. Do we have a deal?
Yes.
And you know what push-ups are, right, Riker?
Yes.
You can do 10 good push-ups?
Sort of.
Sort of. Uh-oh, this could be an issue. Have you ever cheated a pirate before? If not, you wouldn't be here, would you? All right, Riker, for 1 gold nugget or 10 good push-ups, what makes a parrot different from other birds?
Move their upper jaw.
They can move their upper jaw. And that's a correct answer. Where did you learn that?
Yesterday.
All right, well, what's that tell us? That tells us my job is working. All right, so let's go ahead and go through this. There's roughly around 9,000 different species of birds in the world. And those 9,000 different species of birds have been broken up into groups that we call orders of birds. And there are 27 different orders of birds. And every bird fits into one of those 27 different groups. Then they're broken up into smaller and smaller groups called families and subfamilies and genus and on down the line into smaller and smaller groups. The order of birds that we have represented here today is known as Psittaciformes. Can you say Psittaciformes? Psittaciformes, great big word, basically means parrots because there's only one family of birds in the order of birds known as Psittaciformes. That's the parrot family.
Cool, you're right down.
Most orders have several different families. But parrots are so distinct from other birds that they have their own order all to themselves. So out of 9,000 different species of birds and 27 different orders, one of those orders is dedicated just to parrots. All right. There's around 350 or so different species of parrots, and they all have 2 main things in common. 2 things. When you see these 2 things in a bird, you know you're probably looking at a parrot. This is not an exact rule, but it's pretty close. All right, here we go. First thing, hold your hand up there like this. Come on, adults, it's not that tough. You got 4 fingers that point one direction, 1 thumb points the other direction, 4 and 1. This thumb sticking out here in the other direction, that's very important. That's what lets you grab a hold of things and squeeze things. Reach it over and grab a hold of your wrist. You can tug, you can twist, you can pull, but you can hold on to it pretty well, can't you? Pretend you don't have a thumb, put your thumb on the side of your hand, now grab a hold of your wrist. You can tug, twist, and pull it right out of there. Thumbs let you hold on to things. Can you imagine life without thumbs? That'd be kind of different, wouldn't it? How about baseball? No thumbs? You'd swing the baseball bat. You'd throw it at the third baseman because you could hold on to it. How about tying your shoes with no thumbs? You might try that sometime. That's not so easy. Hitchhiking would really get tough, wouldn't it? All right, parrots, they use their feet a lot like we use our hands. Use their feet to hold on to branches, toys, and food, but they don't have 4 and 1 like we do. Instead, they have 2 toes that point forward, 2 toes that point backwards on each foot. 2 toes forward, 2 toes backwards. There's a great big word for this. It's called zygodactyl. Can you say zygodactyl? Zygodactyl. All right, so let's take Charlie here and go for a little walk and show you their zygodactyl toes. 2 toes forward, 2 toes backwards. Zygodactyl. Now, most birds do, in fact, have 4 toes. They're just arranged 3 and 1 instead of 2 and 2. There are some species of birds that only have 3 toes, and the ostrich only has 2 toes. 2 toes forward, 2 toes backwards. Zygodactyl. Parrots are left and right-handed. About 90% of all parrots are left-handed. This is similar to humans, except for about 90% of all humans are right-handed. 2 toes forward, 2 toes backwards. Zygodactyl. Of course, now you're thinking, how do you tell if a parrot's left or right-handed? They'll go to fighter pilots. You guys have heard of the Blue Angels? There's the Yellow Devils. Anyway, 2 toes forward, 2 toes backwards. Zygodactyl. So now you're trying to think, how do you tell if a parrot's left or right-handed? Well, it turns out that very few species of birds actually use their feet to pick things up. Most birds do not pick things up using their feet. So if you pay attention to which foot the parrot is using the most often to pick things up, you can tell left or right hand. They'll usually show a dominant preference. 2 toes forward, 2 toes backwards.
And they don't
Zygodactyl. They don't do much hitchhiking, no.